Frost ammo could help here.
Down it goes! That's it! Okay then.
Gemstone. It's green like blaze, but it's hard and shiny. Merchants would be interested. Dead machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Erend took it down? Ground soaked with acid. That must be chain scrape. Jaruf said I could get my bow upgraded in there. Might be able to tinker with my other gear too. Acid ammo will make this go quick. Exploring cauldrons might teach me how to override these things. And where are you off to?
Outlander approaching.
Is that the Savior?
Wanna come in, Savior? Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the Forge.
Petra?
Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
It's nice to see you too.
And not a moment too soon. Come on.
I...
Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chain Scrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland?
You've heard of him,
Yeah.
but he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh,
There's an embassy at Barrenlight I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flamehair, good to see you. You've got to move on.
Petra,
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Round! What you say? More wrong it sounds.
Best I can do is let you use that motivation.
supposed to work with a
Never
hammer in
fear,
this
my
city?
lady. You have found me.
Ignoring me
So
again?
Alvin blows that whistle, no one's working in.
Here we go. Sure. Okay. Shoot. Missy! Proper survey. I don't know.
Took you long enough.
Something that marks the highs and lows. Hello. Peaks and pits. Places
We are on the same side here,
Sure you
Ulvund.
still owe me
The
10
bristlebacks.
shards.
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself, Walloper of Derval, Gutter of Youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
If Chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in charge? Who appointed you?
The sensibilities of good Osseram folk, of course. You think a Carja can head this whole venture? Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few screws.
So you have no real authority then? People only follow you because you say so. Loudly.
Anyone who has followers has authority. I've been with Chainscrape from the beginning. I mean, I'm practically its founder, and its honest folk know I'm indispensable to its success.
You said you founded Chainscrape. Somehow I doubt that.
Practically founded, I said. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smattering of tents in Barren Light's shadow. I invested in the mine, convinced some friends back home to do the same, and here we are. You could say Chainscrape is what it is thanks to me.
Oh, so you're not just standing around and profiting off everyone else?
Not at all. Sure, I make a little return on my investment here and there, But my main priority, as it was from the beginning, is to look after the well-being of these honest, working Osram.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is going to get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern.
How goes it, Hammerhead?
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Odur. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear. Nice to Up for...
Do you spit in the fire?
Man, did you ever see that exactly?
Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind.
If the Nora Joy singing, I say that's it. Whoa! Everything.
Almost ready to go?
Mount up! Come on! Brother! Good looking!
That didn't do it. Try again.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Aaron and have him clear the bristlebacks.
Red hair is a sign of Just blurring out doesn't mean you're off the... I live in a... Use your instincts later on.
Come on. If your opponent keeps blocking, then use a heavy attack or a power attack to break through. Either that or hit them from behind. If you keep repeating the same attacks, your enemy will dodge them. Vary your attacks and combinations. Make yourself less predictable.
Finally, someone interesting.
Close attention to your opponent's stance. Read their intentions. Choose your attacks to break their defense. You think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast their armor.
Yeah! Five shots. Yes! Ah, there you are!
Ignoring me again.
Must be someone around here I'm talking to.
Ignoring me again.
Petra, I say.
It's high time you made it.
That spear can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents. can you do better? You fight well. You fight well.
Not again. Yeah, you.
Challenge is over. Guess I win. Can you? Good. You fight well.
Ignore me again.
An impressive attack. Good. Good.
I'll come back later.
I see how you earned your reputation. An impressive. Good. Good. Yield. I yield. Well fought, friend. Well fought.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. Serves me right for thinking I could go up against the savior of Meridian. Here, have this. A little something for the new champion.
Thank you, Hodurk.
Don't be a stranger now. Come back whenever you'd like to spar again.
I should go.
I'll be here.
Yo, Scrounger!
Anyone? Make my day.
Oh there, brother!
How goes it, Hammerhead?
Aloy.
Hey, Ray.
Change your mind about that brew?
Fancy a game
To the clan!
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Well, I got an extra set. A Tanakh original, straight out of... Sit. I'll give you something special if you want it. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, gotta move that machine forward. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the when performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in this means your machine, did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by not pulling any punches, huh? See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take overcharging lets you attack, but it will damage your so use at your own discretion. Let's try doing that now so you can. That's about it for your turn then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those, and you'll deal a mighty blow. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory point. You don't have 7 of them yet. Your machine attacked my... Go ahead and move downwards towards my remaining piece. You're gonna have to move that machine downwards if you want to see this next trick. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine, we both get the victory. Good news is, since you're gonna receive your victory, which means you can reach the covet. That's why sometimes losing a piece can't now. You'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7, but that means that wasn't so. Just remember to always, you'd be surprised. I know it saved my butt. Oh, these are all my spare pieces. It's a small set, but it should be. You might even fancy looking out for they've got all kinds of unique, though they'll need the right materials. Or you might know I've lost my fair share of pieces after, or brew hop. Oh, no need to thank me, always a pleasure. Now, I could even teach you.
Thanks.
I knew I'd make it. How about this time I tell you how to use it? This one's got all the different. Knowing when and how to use them can mean terrain mainly affects your machine's as you know, when you compare its the higher your machine's combat. So finding the right terrain is an essential. Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacked, it's also standing on forest terrain with a value of 1 point. Add those together, and my machine is standing on grassland. It's also not attacking, so my combat power, this means your machine. Go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, choosing the right terrain doesn't just... Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's standing on grassland terrain. This means my machine can't use but they're standing on forest. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine, this means that the spot which means my machine gets an extra point. If we compare the combat, you'll see that you won't be able to. Whenever you're unable to top, you can still choose to attack and go ahead, try it out and see? When you break a machine, sure, both our machines will, but knocking my machine off, not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving, it would have received an extra, and if my machine had been blocked by that machine would have, that's why breaking a machine's to deal damage to several pieces. Useful, right? Okay, there's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's however, there are two, this is what we call a chasm, but it'll take away 2 combat points. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest. Here, let me show you. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to, or you can overcharge. You can still attack any nearby enemies. Well, I think that promise it'll all come in handy. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the In a normal game, you get to choose which machines each one is worth a certain, and you can spend up to 10 knowing what each machine brings to the game and building an army that is the key to when assembling your army. There are a few things to keep in mind. First and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine. With that in mind, most players would know how far they can move or how much attack, but a real strike player will be. Let's take a quick look, shall we? Pick up that. All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks. In other words, if you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. Let's move that machine forward and end your turn so we can take a look at the rest of the piece. Let's go with this. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is your opponent if they have that. Looks like we have one more piece to. Now this is a beauty of a piece, a dash type machine. When it attacks, it'll move to the end of its attack range and damage every machine in its. So make sure you take a good look at the board before you should also make sure it's able to finish its. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at, but I'm pretty sure it's got. I think that about does it for now. Good luck. That's it for me. Time to make my move. Your turn. Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. Single machine left? That ain't good. I'm up. That's the game. You up for a rematch? Let's do this. You're up, Red. Time to get serious. Board's all yours. My turn. Your turn. Just one piece left. Time to get serious. Knocked right off the board. Indigit here? Okay. This is gonna be fun. I'm up. That's it for me. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Oh, we can stop if you want. Here we go. Board's all yours. Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. I got a tough fight ahead of me. Oh, bold choice. Time to make my move. One less piece on the board. Guess you're done, huh? Let's play. You're up, Red. My turn. You're up, Red. Just one piece left. That sure dampens the forge. Ah, off the board it goes. I won! Oh, but I'll play you again if you want. Let's do this! Time to get serious. Your move, Red. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Now that was a game, even if I lost. Good luck. That's it for me. Okay, let's see. Your turn. Well, that's done now. My turn. Off the board it goes. That was brutal. Time to make my move. Board's all yours. I was hoping you didn't do that. I got a tough fight ahead of me. Taking a risk, huh? Just one piece left. That sure dampens the forge. Ah, looks like I lost. Here we go. Your turn. I'm up. That's it for me. Well, that's done now. Time to get serious. Knocked right off the board. One less piece on the board. Time to make my move. Board's all yours. Off the board it goes. I'm up. You're up, Red. That was a surprise. My turn. That was brutal. Your move, Red. Knocked right off the board. You got me. Fair and square. Let's play. Your turn. Okay, let's see. You're up, Red. my turn. One less piece on the board. Well, that's done now. Oh, we can stop if you want. This is gonna be fun. Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. Knocked right off the board. Time to make my move. That's how you do it. Board's all yours. Off the board it goes. That's it for me. I like that piece where it was. That was brutal. Well, that's done now. One less piece on the board. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say. Don't be a stranger.
Come for that beer after. Get a pint. Wasn't expecting you to swing.
Since when do I do what's
Ha! There's that fire and spit. That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my trouble.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons! Ah, don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't...
So about Olvend.
Around here, everything's about Olvend.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
This concession decree, what is it exactly? And how would it help Olvend?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Olvend has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper and a junkie. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an op, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually...
Well,
Anytime...
No one wants to play strike. No? Anyway.
Hey, Mildef. Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strike.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
sounds like you're serving up.
Not again.
I think you have me
Olvend did?
No.
Oh, my apologies. Now I've even worn out my special. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip
some of your...
Of course.
Are Olvend's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. But the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built. And don't get me started on the Olvend discount. They feel so...
And if you...
I make meals.
How did you...
Heard about it. Where there's a... So, some of these people had never tasted proper... Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they like...
Your last customer mentioned your cook. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige. But my special group, without it, I can't... I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Olvend, even if I already had the right ingredient, unless...
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big... That'll do. As for the griddle, court until I can have a new one. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile. If you follow the river to them, don't worry, I'll clean it. You'll have no issue finding boars in Bitterwood, assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer.
Thanks, Milda.
So that's...
And don't let anyone put...
If you say...
Already got enough meat and bitter reef. Just need to grab a metal panel from a scrounger pile.
Ah, Savior! Over here! Savior, and my condolences that...
I've dealt with worse.
The idea that the Karja purposely let Bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the Bristleback...
No one knows for sure. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is Barren Light. Look, if you can help me shut up.
You said the Bristlebacks were first...
Yes, according to one, said the ground trembled before they came. He took off and ran.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Olvend will stop blaming the Karja, and maybe then he'll actually focus.
Almost ready. Oi, refill. Same time, same place.
Sorry,
It's all right. Not as good as
must be someone. Come on, anyone.
I
Make
think
my
I've had
day.
too much to drink.
There she is! The
See you later, O'Dirk.
Farewell then.
I never forget. I think.
Look at you.
Stuff for the stash. If I find where these machines are made, I might learn how to override them. I'll shake it out as I go. If I find the right cauldron, could learn how to override this machine. Scroungers. Moldiv said I could find a metal panel in one of their scrap piles. No metal panel. Gotta check another scrap pile. I think I have everything I need for Mildiv. Good thing, too. I could use a decent meal. Oh, relief. make an interesting color for my armor. Must have heard it. Can't override that now. Need to get data from the cauldron, if I can find one. I think I can climb up this cliff. I wonder if there's anything interesting at the top. Dyer can make use of this. old Karja watchtower. I wonder what's inside. This'll make a good die. Okay, almost there. Made it. And there's another one of those devices. A lens. Guess I'll figure I can almost see the entire... There's another watchtower on the other side of the valley. I wonder if it's got a lens at the top. I thought a dyer would be interested in this.
My drink. Anyone! Anyone! Oh, there it is.
I meant to ask, how did you do in fighting fit? I said, don't you have somewhere better? Your friend. Oh, kept me in my round.
Ah, there you are. I happen to receive another visit. He was pushy, but I stood my ground.
I'm listening.
When I made his meal, I used instead of 2.
I think I have everything you asked for.
Then just as you have inspired me, let us see if I can return.
Wow. Mildef, that was inspired.
Next time you want the best provisions, you know where to find me. And your next order of any dish will be on the house.
Thanks. And
funny you should say. As it happens, I'm already cooked. Hope to see you again. Back for that.
Come on, anyone! Make my day!
That reminds me.
it might be a good idea to stock up on some food before I head back out. And see what else Mildef's cooking up.
Same time, same place.
We already got maps. If you call a few squiggles. Paper map. Sure.
Okay, shoot. What's this? Proper survey?
I don't know.